How is everybody? I do hope everybody is doing well. So, let's take this journey. 28 days, 28 lessons, 28 missions, 28 tasks, 28 different things to improve ourselves. And so I saw the chat had about 100 people on it. And, when we had this idea, we never thought, and let's see what it grows into, but we never thought it was going to be this, me and a couple of friends, when we had this idea. And then, like, as the week was going on, as like I got like, a million text messages from like wives that would tell me, Rabbi, make sure my husband joins. Rabbi, could you check if my husband joined? Rabbi, you got to do this. 28 days is not enough for my husband. My good friend, may he live long, Richie Seton, told me, he says, Rabbi, join the chat. And I was shocked to see my wife is the administrator of the chat. Now, she's not the administrator of the chat. God bless her. She should also live and be well. The administrators of the chat are myself, Jaime Zabidi, and Joey Sasson. I really do, Joey Sasson and Jaime Zabidi, with the zechut of this chat. Hashem should give them panasat tova, health, happiness, shalom, Torah for their children forever and ever. And everybody should say amen, because they are two wonderful, wonderful people. But, a lot of people listening. Some people are just curious. Some people are just joined. Some people are friends of mine who want to use this as a way to have some ammunition against me. They think it's funny. Some people are genuinely caring. They really want to improve their situation in life, because in a lot of ways, all of us as husbands are kind of lost. Like, what does my wife want? That's the one thing I hear so many times. I just don't understand her. I just can't figure it out. Rabbi, you got to help me. I don't understand her. And it's true. She is different. She is, and hopefully we can give 28 strategies on how to better improve that. As we get on, we'll see that. But I think part of the problem, and as a country altogether, I don't mean in the community, although it's seeping in the community, because the divorce rate in the country is crazy. The divorce rate in our community is worse than it should be. There are people getting divorced that should not be getting divorced. I mean, just now, it ended up that now things are broken to the point they can't fix it. But to begin with, they could have done things differently. But I think there's a secret here that people made such a simple thing, but people may not know. And once we learn this fundamental brick, this one secret to things, everything from there kind of gets a little bit easier. It's a hard pill to swallow, but being a hard pill to swallow, it's like, once I get it, I understand it now. There was a Pew study done on why people get married, because really in reality, it doesn't make sense why people get married. It's like one of those things that the human condition is just used to. It doesn't even make sense. It's like, I could understand having kids. I could understand living together with a lady. That we could all understand that, but actually the getting married, it doesn't really make sense. So they did a Pew study. The number one reason why people get married is love. I don't even understand that. I guess what it means is that I love this person and I want to show my love by going ahead and making us together forever and ever, by declaring my love by being together. I guess that's what it means. Some people get married because financially the country just incentivizes marriage. And so financial reasons, it makes sense. But a lot of men get married, obviously, because they want, because they crave intimacy. And this is an easy way for them to get that. There are a lot of different reasons why people get married. Some people, get married because, religiously, that's, what people do. We get married. Some people get married to build a family, and they feel the only way they can actually have a healthy family is by getting married. But here's the thing with all of that, because if you're getting married for love, anybody that's happily married knows that dissipates over time. 2, 3 years, maybe 1 year, maybe 6 months, maybe 5 years. But after a while, the romance, we'll call it, really dissipates. It goes away, because it was never really love to begin with. It was a romance, you understand? And then a deeper, more meaningful love comes in, which is, not so filled with the constant romance, but filled with something much more powerful, something much more fulfilling. But you have to get over that hump. So if love is the reason why you're getting married, that's going to go away. If the reason why you're getting married is to build a family, after a while, you say, it's just not worth it. If the reason you're getting married is religious reasons, then you're kind of forced into it. And if you're getting married for the fact of, more intimacy, you realize that after a while, it's not really helping you out so much in a lot of cases. So sometimes the biggest reason why there's an issue is because out of all those reasons, that has one thing, one common thread through all those reasons. That is, I want something. I need something. No, so if you're getting married because you want something and you need something, that's a problem, because you're never going to be happy. Your wife is never going to be able to give you to the point of satisfaction. Now, she may, if you give her to the point of satisfaction, but you'll never do. You'll never fulfill each other's needs if you're both in the relationship to take. And this is probably the biggest key. And once we get this foundation, this one principle, things, although it's a heavy pill to swallow, things become much more easy. We are not married to take. We are married for one reason and one reason only. And that is to get Olam Haba. And we get Olam Haba, the next world, by being married a few ways. Number one, by building a Bayit Ne'eman, by building a firm, a reliable, religious home for Hashem. So that's number one reason, is to build a Bayit Ne'eman, to build a home for God that is 100% giving. You are taking nothing. In this world, maybe in the next world you take a lot, but here you are taking nothing. This is a mission. This is a job. Number two, you're doing it to go ahead and give to somebody else. Somebody else has a need. A wife has a need. She needs a husband. You're getting married actually to help her. And then we'll discuss that more in a different video, in a different voice note. And number three reason is to perfect yourself, to perfect your midot. I want to read you words from the Pilei Yoetz. The Pilei Yoetz says that Ahavat ish ve'isha hu davar shebechova. The love between a man and a wife, this is an obligation, that there should be a strong, unbinding love between them. And then he continues on and he says something amazing. He says, even if a guy is married to a lady that embarrasses him, that hits him, that screams at him, that yells at him, and does nothing for him, he should be quiet, he should bite his lip, and he should say, every day I am getting Olam Haba. And in fact, he says, if we knew the reward you would get, you would ask for a wife like that. Now that's a very different story. I hear so many times from so many people, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I hear so many times from so many different people, from men, the following thing. I give so much, I do so much, you don't know, and she doesn't I get nothing. She still yells at me, she's still this. Who cares? You still have to be the best husband on the planet. You're here to perfect yourself. You're here for your family. You can't build a Bayit Ne'eman if you don't treat your wife right. You're not going to get the ultimate prize of Olam Haba. Hello? No matter what, you have to be perfect. So the first step in our journey, and the first lesson is, you are married for Olam Haba. For nothing here, nothing in this world. You are married for one purpose only, to get in the next world, not to get here, to give here. This is work. This is a job. This is Bayit Ne'eman. This is helping a wife who needs it. And this is perfecting your midot in the process. Have a great day. Hello, 28 days, 28 tasks. Let us take our Shalom Bayit to the next level by doing the first task. Task number one. Affirm that I am in my marriage to build a Bayit Ne'eman. I take nothing. I give everything. I don't care if I get in return. I just give. And based on that, I am going to either write on a piece of paper, or type it in my phone, or I'm going to say it in my head. Either one's fine. Write it down is probably the best. I am going to write down, make a list of all the different places that I can improve as a husband. Where are my deficiencies as a husband? Where am I lacking in building a Bayit Ne'eman, and in building, as the words of the Pilei Yoetz says, Ahava Azah, a strong, unbreakable love between my wife and myself. Where am I lacking in this? Now again, all 28 tasks don't have to be done, although I think you should do them all. A lot of them may not be relevant to a lot of people. That's all fine. But this one, I think everybody should do. We normally do a heshbon hanefesh, a calculation of one's soul. Take a husband inventory. How am I as a spouse? How am I doing in that realm? Again, any questions, any comments, or any remarks, please feel free to direct message me.